Hello and good morning, business owners. It's Leon Street. We're back again. It's Sunday morning here in the UK, 8:30 a.m., and we're ready to go. And as always, I've got another great topic to help you succeed in business. And in particular, today's topic is let me share with you. So, the fastest hack for business success instantly for coaches, consultants, and experts. And this is going to be an interesting one because, as you know, mostly on Sundays, I speak about mindset. I speak about, I guess, the other aspects of running your business, not necessarily strategies and tactics that you implement for marketing or sales results. I speak more about the side of obviously being a business owner and what it takes to truly be a success. And I guess the things that not a lot of people look into or are aware of. And that's what we're going to explore today. There is a lot of information, however, on the things that I do speak about on Sundays, but in particular, I speak from experience and I speak from what has worked for me, what has worked for my clients. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. The fastest hack for more business success instantly for coaches, experts, and consultants. So, as always, before we get into the main content, remember, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're streaming live on YouTube right now. So if you're watching us on YouTube and this is the first time you've come across me, do hit the subscribe button on my channel page or just underneath this video. And do click on the notification bell to be notified of all upcoming videos. And if you want to find me on YouTube, it's very simple. If you're watching on Facebook, just visit www.leonstreet.com/YouTube and you'll be redirected to the YouTube channel, which I do recommend you guys to go and subscribe to. So let's get into this. We're going to kick off with some deep, meaningful quotes. Actually, just one quote in particular, but I want to kick it off so we understand what success is from a perspective of somebody who is well experienced, and it's Mr. Jim Rohn. Is one of the godfathers of personal development. So successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. So what is that? So don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. And I love this because when you look at success, it's something that comes about through ownership. And if you look at this quote, this is what I take from Jim. So it's your willingness to do what unsuccessful people won't. And it's an awareness and it's a responsibility where you know that actually it's not about it being easier, it's about you being better with whatever the challenge or what's ahead of you in order for you to become a success. And as I said, this comes back to responsibility, ownership, and accountability. And the more you come from this place of knowing that this is what it takes to become a success, or at least taking the perspective of what Jim shares here, this is how you accelerate towards being successful way faster than I guess most people imagine, and to make it something that is part of your actions. So let's get into this more. So I'm guessing most of you who you're watching right now, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on the replay, you want success, yeah? Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching a video about success. And the faster the success comes, the better. That's what I'm guessing most of you are thinking, right? And I'm probably going to say yes, that's true. And it's better in many respects. And don't get me wrong, it isn't about just the upside, the benefit. There are challenges that come with success, but if you're wishing that it wasn't easy and you're wishing that you're better and you actually work on being better, those challenges are things that you expect and you're going to be ready for, and you'll be ready to deal with no matter what they are, whether you've come across them before or not. So in order to make things happen faster, there's a few things you must first understand. And I want to share this with you so you don't just think, success is going to happen right now and that's it. No, there's a few things you do have to understand. So let's get to those points now. And I guess from this will start to raise a couple of things. And I'm going to touch on, I guess, some aspects of what I wrote about before when I published my book, More Leads, More Clients, which is the 10-step marketing manifesto to becoming one of the most valued and highly paid coaches in your industry. So if you haven't got a copy of the book, go get it on Amazon. It's readily available on Amazon Prime. So it can be at your home, I guess, by tomorrow, or you can get it on Kindle, either one. But I'm going to speak in particular about a section that I was interviewed about my book the other day by somebody. So they actually had me in a room on Clubhouse, this new social media app. And we're going to be speaking about chapter 10, Your Secret Weapon, which is from page 157. And we're going to go into what it means to be a success. And I'm going to answer a couple of things on that in a moment. So let me just get back to sharing screen because there's a couple of more points that I just want to raise with you. So what are these points that I'm speaking about? So first of all, are you really ready for success? A lot of people talk it. They say that they're ready. But are you really ready? And there's other people who are on the flip side of that saying that I want success, but I'm scared of what happens. I'm scared if I get too many clients, my business grows too quickly. So then now they have a fear of success rather than just letting success happen and figuring out what they need to figure out. So it's a real kind of catch-22, and it's a chicken and egg situation for a lot of people. But I want to go deeper than that because most people, they don't see what I'm about to share with you. Yeah. And they may have some awareness to it, but they don't see it. And therefore, because they don't see it, they're not ready for it. And they're not ready to admit ownership. They're not ready to take responsibility and accountability towards their own success. And that's what I want to get into right now with you. So let me share these next 2 points. For most coaches, experts, and consultants, their belief will hinge on these 2 statements that I'm about to share with you guys. And I want you to read them and then fully understand where I'm going here. So I'm going to put both of them on the screen for the moment. So when it comes to success, this is what most people are challenged with, and especially business owners, obviously, right? Coaches, experts, consultants. You don't think you deserve it for whatever reason, yeah? And you don't think you can pull it off. This is one of the cornerstones to where most people fail and why success eludes them. They don't think that they deserve success, yeah, like truly, deeply. And I mean in the subconscious and unconscious. And this will come about from different things it'll come about from different things that you've experienced as a child and the programs you repeat as you get older. And if you've ever done any work on yourself in terms of mindset, you'll understand this process comes from you forming your own personality. It's called your individuation from 0 to 7. And then where you reinforce your own behaviors that you learned from 0 to 7, from 8 to 15. And then you carry those programs through into the world. And it's almost like your filter, your perspective on what you think is right or wrong or how things should be. And then obviously as you grow up, you get older, you experience some things, you're like, shit, yeah, I just realized that actually I can do things in a different way. I can do things in a better way. And perhaps what I learned from my parents or my guardians or the authorities in my life when I was a kid are probably not the way to do things, and especially if you've experienced, let's say, more extreme behaviors, or even if you've experienced behaviors where your guardians, parents, or figures of authority in your life were quite conservative, and you go into this, big wide world trying to attract clients into your business and wanting more success for you in your life. And then you realize that, shit, these programs are really not serving me. And so what I want to get to is that if you don't think you deserve success, and I mean truly, like, to the levels where you let yourself dream like big, because there's a lot of people who let themselves dream to a certain level, and then they say, let's be realistic, right? Have some realistic, smart goals, yeah, some achievable goals. And the challenge with this is that you're actually limiting your own abilities, your own potential, and your own creativity because of these unconscious behaviors. And that in itself limits why you get success. And because you have this kind of belief going on within you, this is why a lot of people who go through this really feel, and some of them are not conscious to this, it's more of an unconscious thing, and they have an awareness, but consciously they can't articulate it, they can't put their finger on it, but it's because they don't think they deserve success. And the second one is they don't think that they can pull it off. Now, if you have answered, whoa, that has been me, or I feel that way about a certain particular goal or success in my business, then that's okay, that's normal. And to admit that that's something that you've experienced, rather than kind of just disprove it and say that's not me, I want success, I'm going for success, and then you find actually your bank balance doesn't match what you think success truly is, you don't have the results that you wanted to achieve in your business, your clients aren't winning as much as you wanted them to, then this is the part where you've subconsciously limited yourself and you really don't think you can pull it off. And because you create this mental mindset approach to success that actually you don't think you deserve it and you don't think you can pull it off, you limit yourself unconsciously. And this is a problem. And this is why you'll find a lot of people who feel like, I've been banging my head up against the wall. I've been doing this thing for weeks, months, years, and I still can't get much further than where I was. Or I've got to a certain level of success and then lost it all, or it's gone back to where I was. And it's because these unconscious programs have actually wreaked havoc with your life. And it's like, you're like, why is this happening to me? And you may be able to say it's because of this, it's because of that, and basically making yourself or putting yourself into the position of blame, excuses, and denial, aka being in bed. Blame, excuses, denial. And this is where success will truly come about, when you can consciously get to the point where you can remove more blame, remove more excuses, and remove more of the denial. So let me give you something that you can move forward with. So as you move forward and you start to really look at yourself and think, wow, from an awareness point of view, you have more understanding. Once you have belief and a willingness to act, things will fall into place. It's not going to be like, kind of paint by numbers where you go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 and to 10. And it just goes effortlessly, like you're joining up, a paint by numbers or a draw by numbers picture, as you would have when you were a kid, right? But things will fall into place. Consciously believing and acting is the key. So what I want to do is I'm going to delve into the book. As I said, I'm going to look at my book for a moment in a second. And we're going to look at chapter 10, page 157. We're going to get into that in a moment. But I just want to put this out there because this is the part where I used to be, like, massively. What about life, Leon? Surely you've got to take care of life before, success can really happen. And let's be real, Leon, that this is what I would say to myself, guys. So I'm sharing from my own perspective because maybe you've got similar thoughts or had similar thoughts, or, these are thoughts you've got going on right now. Or maybe you're like, going for success and all this is more motivational bullshit. And there's no way it's going to happen for me, Leon, because I've gone through so much trauma, so much trouble, so much challenges in my life that where I'm at right now, I'm happy with, I'm comfortable with. I don't want to push anymore. I'm just okay. And it's because you've made this area of your life, and I'm speaking, as I say, from this is what happened to me in the past. You've made it your comfort zone. You've been accepting of the bullshit, the low results, the poor results, and you've not taken ownership because you looked at it from the eyes of what's happened in the past. You've not looked at it from your eyes of what's your potential, what's your creative energy. If you let yourself dream big enough and you actually acted on it, you've not allowed yourself at this point to see from that perspective. And this is the point that I want to get to. Consciously believing and acting are two different things, because your unconscious is the thing that directs most of your behavior. Yeah. And if you can get to this place of consciously knowing, like, shit, I just messed up right there. I should have responded differently to that situation. Or actually, I could have tackled that in a different way, or could have acted on that in a different way, or could have, implemented something different. This is consciously knowing that you have full ability. You have a full ability to take ownership, accountability, and responsibility. And rather than get into this place of, this is, kind of woo-woo mindset, motivational bullshit, you start looking at your life with, what, I can create what I want. It's not that I'm going to create it and it will be effortless in that sense. There will be challenges. There will be things that you don't know, because especially if you're going for a goal or you're going for success to a place or a level that you've never been before, how would you, even have the information or the knowledge to answer every challenge you're going to face in order to get to this place you've never been? It's unheard of. It's like going on a journey to a place you've never been before, not knowing the actual route there. You know the destination, but you don't know the route there, and expecting everything just to go effortless. There are going to be different things. There are going to be, twists and turns and things that you're not expecting. But the reality of the situation is, can you consciously put yourself in a place where you can say, what, it doesn't matter what happens. I'm willing to act. I'm willing to do what it takes. And this is the point that I want to get to with success and creating a fast hack. If you can get to this place of saying, look, I'm willing to do whatever it takes, which means it might be things about your personality, your personal character, the way you respond to situations, and getting to a place saying that, what, I'm okay with unlearning what I think I know. I'm okay with getting and receiving feedback, even when it's feedback that I don't like. I'm okay that when I get things wrong, I'm going to apologize. I'm okay that when I actually get things right and I'm heading towards success, I'm actually going to praise myself and say, good job, well done. And this is the point that I want to raise with you, because this is what will accelerate your success faster when you get a handle on this, when you get a handle on what's going on in your head. Because a lot of people are looking for a Facebook ads hack, a Google ads hack, an organic marketing hack, Instagram social media hack. How do I do and create better videos? How do I show up better? How do I do all these different things? And the reality is that all of these things are externals. And the one thing is that if you can get a hold on your mindset and your approach to continually going for what it is that you have as your vision, your goals, and then being in this place of achieving them step by step and saying success, 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 and coming from that place, the more you win. And when I say the more you win, you have losses along the way. And I share this quite regularly with my clients, is that the losses or the results that you don't like, the failures, they're part of your learning process. Because remember, if you are truly going for something, that you place as a goal that you've never achieved before, but you're going for it, you don't have all the answers. Yeah. And you won't have all the answers. That's what the journey's about, learning as you go along and figuring things out. And for me, the more you can come from that place, and this statement that I've got here, what else do you have ahead of you? Yeah. What are the alternatives to not truly going for it? And that's the point that I want to raise here, guys. You see, the success hack that I'm speaking about is going for it, is going to a place of, there's probably some things about me that I do need to change. There's a famous quote by Muhammad Ali, and I've shared this before, and I'm going to get the quote because I don't want to butcher it. And let me see if I can find it. So I'm going live onto Google, see if I can find this quote, because this is one that I really do love about Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali, he shares this. So here we are. And this is a quote for all of you watching right now on success and what it truly means and getting to this place. So Muhammad Ali says, a man who views the world the same at 50 as he did at 20 has wasted 30 years of his life. And, I want to kind of elaborate on this. So he speaks about a man. When he says man, he refers to men and women as obviously human beings in this world. And that's my articulation of it. Yeah. And so I want to be inclusive to men and women because, we're all going for this thing, coaches, experts, consultants, trying to kick ass and take our business and our lives to a next level of success. But back to this quote, a man who views the world the same at 50 as he did at 20 has wasted 30 years of his life. So what I want to share with you at this point is that you have to change. You can't be the same as you were 30 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, 1 month ago, yesterday. Yeah. You have to evolve, and it's your responsibility to change. It's your responsibility, which we all have a responsibility to, focus on these things that we do need to change about ourselves, whether it's about our personality, our character, and reassessing, are the values that we said are important to us actually the values that are important to us? Or are these values that we've taken on as somebody else's importance, whether it's a parent, whether it's a figure of authority from your childhood, and you've made that the values that you live your life around, but actually you've adopted somebody else's values that aren't truly yours. And so for me, the point that I want to get to is that the more you figure out who you are and what's going on in here that holds you back, that pulls you away from success, believing that you don't deserve success and believing that you can't pull it off, those two key statements that I shared with you a moment ago, the more you can say, you know what, I do deserve success and I can pull it off regardless of what happens, because I'm not going to quit. Yeah. And it's not, you saying that you're going to achieve success to the exact steps and way that you predict. No, it's just to say that you're not going to quit. You're just going to keep going. And I'll share a very personal, quick story. It's nothing too deep, but very personal. I used to play a lot of sports when I was younger, obviously. Especially if you know me, yeah. I used to play football. So For those of you in America, soccer, but it is football. You use your foot, you kick the ball, and basketball. And, you know, two sports that I love. And I play a bit of basketball now. We have a hoop in the garden, you know, shoot some hoops. And I love that. And the one thing that I would always pride myself on is not being technically the best player. Yeah, I was skilled enough. Is that I had a willingness not to quit. And whenever I played sport, I would just think to myself, you know what, I'm going to outwork you. Whoever is in front of me as my competition, I'm going to outwork you. And that's what I would use as my focus whenever I was going for success in sports. Yeah. So if you think about business, the only person you've got to outwork is actually yourself from yesterday. And whatever is in front of you is those challenges, those things that you've got to get past. And the more you can embody that, the more you can truly say, you know what, I'm going to outwork these unconscious beliefs. I'm going to figure out a way so I can always put my mind in the game, in the zone. That's where you'll truly find success. So as I said, I am going to share a quick insight from the book. So if you haven't got a copy already, please make sure you get one. More leads, more clients. The 10-Step Marketing Manifesto to becoming one of the most valued and highly paid coaches in your industry, available on Amazon. So I'm going to get a quick excerpt from the book as we round up this section, you know, on what it takes to be a success and making that success happen faster. And the hack is through your mind. Honestly, don't believe the hype of all the external marketing strategies, sales strategies. If you get your head in the game, everything will fall into place eventually. Yeah. So to make anything happen, you must believe. With belief, you can fortify the way forward with your mindset. It may not always be the case, and your belief and motivation may need topping up. That's okay. You're a human being. As you're committed, that's what counts. As you're committed, that's what counts. As long as you're committed to your success, guys, that's what counts. And on that note, guys, that's me wrapping up for today. I'd love to know, what questions do you have about success and you go into that next level? What questions do you have that, you know, or what ideas or what thoughts are you having around, well, how can I make it happen for me, Leon? If you've got those thoughts and if you've got those questions, drop your comment below this video right now. In a comment, yeah, or your question or whatever it is you want to raise. If anything has resonated with you from today's content, drop it in a comment below this and I'll come back to you on YouTube or Facebook and check out what you put. And I want to leave you with this quote before we wrap up. And this is from Helen Keller. And she, you know, she has a lot of great quotes, but I wanted to share this one on success. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. And I love this quote. Yeah, it hit me this morning. I was looking for something to really top off this video today. Character cannot be developed in ease. You can't do it in a place where everything's easy and quiet. You must be challenged. It's only through experience of trial, so doing things, really going for success, really, you know, doing the things that must be done, and suffering. And that suffering might be mental, just thinking, you know, it could be small suffering like, oh, that didn't work out, damn. Yeah, but willing to go again. Or it could be something dramatic like, you know, my first business after about 5 years, it failed. I had to close it down. I had to liquidate the company. Sales weren't going to the level where we wanted it to be. And I had to make 3 of my employees redundant. That was such a huge lesson for me. And I would never change that for the world. I would never remove that suffering that I went through, the emotions, the challenges. My soul became strengthened from it. Yeah, my mind became fortified of what I needed to look for the next time. My ambition was inspired and success was achieved. I went on and did greater things after that first business failure. So that's what I want to leave you with. Is it's a powerful quote. So if you do want help growing your business to over £10,000 plus per month in 60 days, then what I want to say to you guys, comment success below this video and I'll show you and send you details on how to make that happen. You know, the key thing for me, guys, is just taking ownership, responsibility, and accountability for what you do, in your business, what you do in your life, what you do around your family, your friends, your community, with your emotions. That's it. Ownership, accountability, responsibility, and trust me, success will happen eventually. And it is the fastest hack. For some people, it will happen instantly. For some people, it will happen tomorrow. For some people, it's going to take next week, next month, next year. And it's because they got a lot of baggage in their mind to get rid of. But the more you surround yourself with the right kind of people, with the right kind of thoughts and the right kind of belief, the faster it will happen for you. So remember, guys, if you do want to grow your business this year, 2021, and take it to 10,000 plus in the next 60 days as a coach, consultant, or expert, just comment success below this video. And on that note, guys, remember, if you've enjoyed the content today and it has resonated with you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just go to leonstreet.com/YouTube if you're not already watching this video on YouTube. If you're watching it on Facebook or elsewhere, and you'll be navigated straight to my YouTube channel, and just hit subscribe and click on the notification bell to be notified of all of my upcoming uploads and live streams. And on that note, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's topic. Take care. Bye-bye.